So I
This
need to click
conference
on the
will now
recorder.
be recorded.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. And then I would appreciate if you be a little louder.
Okay, does it make sounds better now?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you all for showing your interest in this particular event and taking out your precious time and being a part of this discussion. So while I was actually going through the number of participants who all have been registered, and we analyzed that we have a lot of SMEs, we have people with baby steps in the EWM, and we have the people who are in intermediaries, and we also have people who actually want to come into the EWM and learn more about it. So keeping that in mind, we are try to keep it the topics what we discuss on the higher level. And let me tell you that I'm not here to give you any boredom lecture about the EWM technicalities or functionalities or how exactly it works. So we are just here to share one of the view which we are using in Mindset to get new clients and present them and get them into the SAP EWM business. We will share it across with you. And one more thing is like if there is any clarifications and questions arises, so let's try to have it in the end of the session.
వీళ్ళకి ఒక కాంట్రాక్ట్ వీళ్ళు వచ్చేస్తారు వీడికి ఎంత లాభం ఇస్తారు అన్నమాట కింద వస్తే ఎంత ఇస్తాం కదా.
So
People, please, you need to go on mute. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Kash.
no, that's
Ganesh.
fine. Okay, I'm sharing my screen, so please do let me know once my screen is visible to you all. Is my screen visible?
It is coming up. Yes, it is there. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Prabhjot. And so let's start the topic of what we are here today. So I would like to welcome you all and wish you a very happy new year going forward for the 2022. Hope you all are doing great and safe. So take care of yourself, which is much needed in this pandemic situation. So wish you all a very happy new year on behalf of Mindset. So this is me, Ganesh Kashyap, the functional lead of Mindset from India, and along with me I have Stephanie Weiss, who is our senior solution architect. So before we go further, I would like to take this opportunity and give you a brief introduction about Mindset, what we do and how we do. So basically, as a Mindset, we are a US-based company, and we have our offices in US in Minnesota and Colorado. And in India, we are located in Bangalore and followed up by another office in Hyderabad. So we have more than a decade of experience in this SAP and technology field, and we have a great, exceptional track record. We have always made sure we acquire new clients in the new market, and we have a great client satisfaction. I can also say that we are one of the fastest growing organization with providing an exceptional user experience to the customer worldwide. And I can say this because every project we do, our the bandwidth of the project or the database of the project, what we have, the clients, what we have, the project numbers, what we have is increasing day by day. So along with that, we are also an SAP AppOS partner for SAP. So we help users to come up with a new innovative solution and face the challenges what they do in their regular day-to-day business transaction. So let me just give you a brief introduction or some example of the in-house app what we have in Mindset is. So one of the first app is the Warehouse Wise, which is basically a theory-based app. The more details about this app or the brief introduction about the app will be given to you in the end of this session. So followed by another theory-based app or an IRPA, which we call, which is an vendor invoice automation, and another app is again it's a theory-based app which we call it a safe transport, which is basically used for the drivers. So who carries our deliveries, they will be getting their location where they exactly need to the drop, which material where. So which makes their life easier. And parallelly, it is also easy for business and clients to track where their orders are, what is the ETA they will get. So this is a basic introduction about what exactly the Mindset we do, what are the apps we have. So going forward, a brief introduction about myself. If I have to say like that means I have around total of 12 years of experience in different roles and various industries and been through with various responsibilities. And my real SAP journey started from January 2016 as a sourcing and procurement functional person from Tech Mahindra. So I was associated with them for almost around 2.5 years, and then I moved to DSC Technology. And in DSC Technology, I was associated with them for almost 4.5 to 5 years through various clients, and currently settled in Mindset, I can say. So my real AWM journey started from 2019, and it's still counting up here. And along with me, as I said, I have Stephanie Weiss, who is our senior solution architect. So Stephanie, could you please introduce yourself briefly and then we can take this introduction, means the topic forward.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. My name is Stephanie Weiss. I'm a senior solution architect for Mindset. I've been in the SAP world for a little over, for about 23 years, mostly in the supply chain. So I've implemented um, probably 15 or more WM, EWM solutions over that time. Ganesh, you can
Uh,
continue.
Thank you, Stephanie, for the introduction. So let us come to the main agenda for the topic of the discussion today. So we all know that how SAP EWM has become the buzz in the market, and when a lot of people who are into the warehouse operation in the business want to come to the SAP EWM, or they want to know more about SAP EWM. So we all also know that how vast an EWM as a module it is, as a subject it is. Okay, so it is very vast. So how we can break it down into smaller pieces and how we can present it to the client so that it is very simple, crisp, and very easy and efficient way for them to understand, and easy for us also to present, is what we are going to talk here. Okay, so in specifically from EWM terminology, if I have to say that this is a kind of packaging specification, we would say, as far as logic, we have come up from Mindset, and we have been using it from quite a few days, and we have found a lot of success based on this. So when I say forest logic, okay, so you want to call it as a logic, you can call it as a logic or parameter or cornerstones of EWM. So I leave it to you how exactly you want to call it and make best use of it. So what exactly this forest stands for is like basically we started it with structured, and then we come up with simple, and then we made it as specific, and finally the strategic way. So these are the four F's where we have divided EWM into as a topic and as a model. So what is structured basically? So when we talk about structure, if I have to give you an example, the best example which came to my mind is a smartwatch. The evolution of a smartwatch from where we started using a normal watch in the premium watches. So then we have the fitness band. Now we have a smartwatch where the smartwatch will show you your heart rate, which was supposed to be done by an ECG machine, your oxygen blood level in your body, which is supposed to be done by an oximeter. So this everything, let it be your step tracker, calories burned, the number of hours of sleep you got, what is the deep sleep, what is the soft sleep, taking calls, taking notifications, time, date, everything. See, this completely is been packed and presented and structured in such a way that it looks so beautiful, and we are using every single feature what we have in it. And I can say that the same thing has happened with EWM also. See, previously when we had the time with WM, if you see, we have a resource management or the labor management or the yard management, which was part of TPTM. So these were basically the core operations of warehouse, which we needed very badly, and we were supposed to use it with a lot of integrations. But whereas with an embedded EWM, we can say that they have clubbed it everyone and made it as one core extended warehouse management, and it is integrated and distributed within itself. So with just basic standard configurations, we will be able to make the optimum utilization of these topics, and it works well. So not only the clubbing of the topics and the modules from differently, the way the EWM it has been built inside, the way the queue flows, the way it reaches to the warehouse order creation role, the way we do the, it helps you in taking care of your warehouse operations like it let it keep and your put away or picking. So it is basically, if we have to say, it is drafted and designed it in a very clean way, and which is very easy to understand comparing to WM is what we feel. And if in case, if some of them have already used the decentralized version, so you know the pain points, okay? So you know the hiccups where we found it during the time of transferring the data from ECC to EWM, the sifting what we have done, or the queue monitoring, which was itself was a painful job to done. So that everything has been evolved, and EWM has come up with as an embedded version where the distribution happen within inside, and we don't have to do any manual pushing of the data and everything. So this is why we call it as structured mode. So I have taken a few screenshots also here for a better understanding, because see, when we say labor management is added in extended warehouse management, see, it is completely packed in such a way that you can definitely define what is the labor activities they have done, what is the evaluation type you use to do it, so what are the processes will be involved in that particular labor, And if I have to say about resource management, if you can see the screenshot here, it has what are the resources type which we use, which resource will be access to the which particular bins, so how these particular resources will be aligned to the particular queues. So the way they have packed it and presented it and structured it is something what the best of best what they have done till now is what we believe. So that is the reason we call it as first as structured. So going forward, the second point comes as simple. Okay, so when I say simple again, let me take the example of the same smartwatch again. That if we know that how exactly we used to get our ECG done before, we need to sit or we need to run, you need to get the pins added to your body. So then the ECG machine will run, then you will get to know how your heart is beating and everything. And even if you are checking your oxygen level in your blood, the oximeter, you need to fit it tight to your fingers, which finger, it should be your left hand or right hand. So a lot of complications it was there. So but whereas it is added in the smartwatch, the maximum thing what you have to do is tighten up the watch strap properly and fit on that particular feature. It will give you simple way. In the same way, EWM has also come up with making the user experience simple and make their life beautiful. Okay, so if we have to talk about what we had it in WM previously, okay, so let us take a basic standard process what we do. If I have to do a goods receipt process, once the goods receipt has been done, I need to create a TR, I need to create a TR once it has been done, then I need to create a TO. Once the TO has been done, then we need to create a TO confirmation. So all this process has to go through 2 to 3 T codes and different level of screens. But whereas in EWM, that is not the way. Okay, let me show you the screen which we use for an inbound delivery. If you can see, this is the PIDS screen slash and slash SCWM slash PIDS screen. So this particular screen is being means presented and made it with such beautifully that you can do everything, most of the operations with this screen. So if you want to reject a particular inbound delivery, you can reject it here right away. You want to unload and you want to cancel the unload, you have a drop down right away here. You have a goods receipt option here. Once the goods receipt has been done, you want to cancel the goods receipt, you can use the same drop down and cancel the goods receipt. So once the goods receipt has been done, next what we do, the warehouse task has been created. So this warehouse task is the same thing which we do it as a transfer request in the WM. So you don't have to change the screen again. Using the same follow-up action, you can go ahead and create a warehouse task. So yes, we can do it by using automation, by taking the help of PPF and doing the specific configuration. But still, if you want to do it manually, so you have very easy way of reaching that. So once the warehouse task has been created, a warehouse order will be created in the backend automatically. Whereas in the WM, we had to make it a configuration called as auto TO to be created once the TR has been done. So if you want to pack, once we have received a material which is unpacked, so before doing a putting away, you want to pack, you can use the same follow-up action, pack it, and then go ahead and do a warehouse request. So everything is packed in one particular screen. So you don't have to change multiple T codes or shift the multiple screens. Everything is aligned here. A similar way, if you see how exactly the goods issue process is also being done, means like the loading, the cancellation of the unloading, the same drop down because the goods issue. And again, if you want to pack any material before you want to load it up, so we can pack it up and then do the goods issue. So overall, I can say that they have tried to give a better and easy way for the user who is doing their activities in the warehouse. If in case if you are doing using a GUI environment, so till the warehouse order has been created, it is very simple and easy way to proceed. And if in case if you are using an RF environment, it will be the same. So once the warehouse request has been created and the order has been created with respect to the particular warehouse request, the confirmation will happen once the material is placed or picked from the particular strategy based on it. So the next thing which we feel which is simple is this is a powerful tool which EWM has come up with, which is called as warehouse monitor. So it might be simple, but we honestly believe that this is one of the beautiful and powerful tool what SAP EWM has come up with, because a warehouse manager who is sitting in his office can take end detail of a transaction with his fingertips by just using this one particular warehouse monitor. So let it be his outbound delivery details, or let it be his inbound delivery details, or waves, or kitting process, VAS process. Let it be the topic of his physical inventory, the stock check, what stock is available, where is the exact HU available. So everything is there in the fingertips, and this doesn't need any configurations to. You have to build an EWM in your SAP system, and this will be running in the background automatically. So we particularly believe that this is one of the most simple and best approach what EWM has come up to make life easy for the people who are working in warehouse. So coming up to the next S, what we have felt is the specific. So when we say specific, we felt that when we were using the warehouse management application previously, there are a lot of operations which we did in the warehouse as basic functionality was missing in it. So when we say specific, we can again drill down and divide it into basic functionalities or advanced functioning, which we can say. So if we have to say about packaging specification, we did not have this concept in WM previously, whereas it really, really matters a lot when you are doing a lot of advanced function like kitting or VAS, if I have to say. So let me share you the screen of how does the exact packaging specification looks like. So here you get complete details about how this particular product need to be packed, what exactly the quantity need to be packed, which is the auxiliary material, what is the final HU, and if in case if it is a nested HU, how will it be placed in the last. So you have every single detail mentioned here, and we personally feel that it is one of the best concept what EWM has come up with. Yes, there is always a debate on this that packaging specification has increased dependency on master data, but see, everything has a pros and cons basically, so we can't help. Hello. Okay. So
Yeah,
talking
go ahead,
about
go ahead.
another basic function is like we can call it as a deconsolidation function or the process-oriented storage control we have. So where we can get a mixed HU and how we do the repack and the depacking of it and do the put away before it. I've just mentioned it in the chart. So this is also a basic function we get along with the layout-oriented control. So there is no additional charges for this one. Why we are mentioning it here is the real turning point comes in the next way when we come to the advanced function. So when we say kitting, so this advanced function can be utilized in by the business as per their requirement if they are into manufacturing, if they are into assembling or any other related business where they feel that it is mandatory. Or else, let us take, I'm into a business of stationery, okay? I do crayons for kids. I sell materials like crayons, watercolors, sketch pens. So I need to know the person who is standing in the work center, you need to know because crayons come in 10 packs, crayons comes in 14 packs, 20 colors of packs. How we will pack, which when we say 10 colors, which all the 10 colors need to be packed in that one particular box. So when we say 14 colors, what are the more additional colors which need to be packed in one particular set of crayons? So this again depending upon them, but let us remember the point which we have it here that this getting an advanced functionality is always having an additional cost because you need to update and business concept for this one. The same thing continues for kit to stock or reverse kitting. So once you activate kitting, you get all the three in it. So it is a package of kitting overall in the business concept, what we can say. And the next advanced functionality we can say as value added service. So again, if I have to say, let us take the same example of a crayons or watercolors. Okay. So the stickering, what I do for 10 pack, the barcode which I do, the caution material which I do for crayons or colors, so it is different thing. So this is where again the packaging specification plays a vital role here that the person or the labor who is standing in the work center will have a clear specific idea which auxiliary material need to be used for which particular pack, what stickering need to be done, what caution material or warning message need to be sticked for crayons, what warning message need to be sticked for the pack of sketch pens. So it makes his life easier and better way so that even we can use more and more of his labor time and make the best out of it. So the last point, if we have to say, it is strategic. So when we say strategic, I would like to start it with cross-talking basically. Okay, so cross-talking is also one of the advanced feature on advanced functionality what we have in EWM, if we have to say. But this can actually save a lot of places if we use this particular concept properly is what we believe. So once we receive the goods, it is sent because already we have a sales order and an outbound delivery ready for it. So it is not only the saving the space in the warehouse, it also reduces the utilization of our resources or the utilization of the labor. So any can so put away is been need not to be done, picking need not to be done. So the resources like you don't need to use the forklift or a crane depending on the material what you are using, and you don't need to use a labor specifically for that. So overall, we can say that my warehouse operational cost will be reduced if we can use this efficiently. Coming next is a warehouse order creation rule is one of the best and powerful tool which EWM has come up with what we feel is this is concept was not there in WM, and this is a new concept which is emerged with EWM where we can bundle all our warehouse tasks and club it to the one warehouse order based on the requirement we have. So let it be on the basis of the storage tab where it need to go, weight of the particular material or the resources which need to handle it up. And once we use the resources, we also have the labor. So by bundling it up and assigning it to one resources, we can make sure that resource is completely occupied for the day and we can take the best out of it, and it reduces our labor cost. If we can use this particular concept strongly, is what we feel. And the final one, as I said, the warehouse wise app, which is created by Mindset. And I would give this to Stephanie. If you could explain more how it can help them to increase their strategic approach and take it forward. Stephanie, over to you. Hello, Stephanie, can you hear us?
Sorry, I was on mute.
Okay.
Yeah, so Warehouse Wise is a mindset proprietary software application that sits on Fury, and essentially what it is, throughout the warehouse. In SAP has lots of great reporting capabilities, particularly around operations. But the one thing that they still lack is this reporting capabilities for kind of standard warehouse KPIs and metrics that warehouses to um, commonly use to um, rate and see the health and performance of their warehouse. So we have Warehouse Wise is several different dashboards, Fiori dashboards that automatically out of the box build or provide a lot of those standard warehouse industry KPIs, such as order fill rates, OTIF rates, um, picking cycle times, and so forth. Ganesh, if you will stay on the warehouse, the first one, the shipping dashboard. Yep. So we basically have 4 or 5 different dashboards, and we've broken it down into kind of receiving, shipping, the warehouse manager, and then operational uh, monitors that provide more of a operational day-to-day insight into things like your routes and your kitting if you're using if you're using the standard kitting application within EWM, your fixed bin replenishment monitor, and then also kind of like employee performance. So providing you that capability to monitor, your employees and your employee performance. The shipping dashboard, which we'll kind of walk through a little bit, is kind of our most popular. And that provides things like your order fill rate, your on time shipment rates, order cycle time, and picking cycle time, and so forth. Ganesh, if you'll move forward to the shipping dashboard. Yep. So what you'll see here is our kind of standard out of the box shipping dashboard that provides all of those different KPIs that I mentioned before. Each one is a tile. From here, you can drill down even further and see the more detailed information. The nice thing about this is that you have the ability to change the 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 date range in which you're showing your date range in which you're showing the KPI for. So we have some standards that default automatically to like year to date, or month to date, or past month, and so forth. But with any of these, you can change that parameter to get a better view or better insight, to a shorter period of time or a longer period of time. Also, with each one, you can set a target rate. So for each warehouse, you can assign, kind of what your target rate is for the warehouse, and then you can easily envision how your warehouse is doing comparatively to that target rate that you are setting. For each one of these tiles, you can drill down even further into further details to see, and this helps you kind of measure the performance of your warehouse and easily potentially identify any um, roadblocks or any places that you might need areas of improvement, and so forth. But that's just a quick highlight of um, how mindset is thinks in a very strategic way, and how we can provide additional reporting capability to help warehouses um, perform better. Back to you, Ganesh.
Thank you, Stephanie. So this is how we in Mindset have divided the entire EWM into 4S and derived it for this particular logic. So this is all from our end.
Thank you, Ganesh. And then Stephanie, to you, I truly believe that this shipping dashboard must have been very popular because this is the main area in the industry at the moment. Stephanie, you're on mute.
Yes, yes, it's definitely very popular because, from my experience, most of the warehouses, these are all standard KPIs that most warehouses use to kind of measure the health of their warehouse. However, SAP does not provide these standard industry KPIs. So in my
Mhm.
experience, a lot of the warehouses spend a lot of time extracting this data out of SAP, whether it's to like BI or an Access database or even Excel. And then they have a warehouse analyst that spends a lot of time extracting and manipulating the data just to provide these numbers for warehouse management.
Okay. And then if someone has a different KPIs, I think those can also be incorporated.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is built on Fiori. I don't know all the technical back ends of it, but yes,
Mhm.
this uses standard Fiori development design components. So building additional KPIs or changing the existing KPIs is relatively easy.
Okay. Okay. These are the reports. These are not where you can execute the uh, any transaction, right?
Nope. Yep. Exactly. These are just reports.
All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. And then I truly believe that this 4S strategy must be very helpful in deciding people as to which partner to choose from because everyone is selling EWM, but then there has to be bundled in a strategy. So I really like that this 4S strategy.
Hmm.
And now we have a question from cost point of view. Is Mindset dashboard cheaper compared to Warehouse Insights from SAP? This is the question from
Yeah,
audience.
so if you look at we've looked at Warehouse Insights too, but again, Warehouse Insights does a lot of more operational versus strategic reporting or analytical reporting. So Warehouse Insights provides a lot more um, where am I in my picking and how much do I have left over and so forth. So it's really focused more on operationals, whereas Warehouse Wise focuses on more of those analytical type reporting. Key example is OTIF, which is on time in full. It's a very standard warehouse KPI that everybody reports on, but
Mhm.
that is not provided with Warehouse Insights. So they're still focused on more of the operational stuff.
Okay, okay, okay. And then apart from the shipping dashboard, so what are the other things in this dashboard apart from the shipping?
Yep, Ganesh, will you share your screen again and back to the four different dashboards?
Yes, yes. Just give me a moment. I'm doing it.
And to the audience, if you have any question, you can paste it in the chat, and then I can ask.
Yep, go back up to slide 20. Yep. So the dashboard essentially, we have several different dashboards. So we have a receiving dashboard that really focuses on the receiving and put away kind of KPIs. So like your receiving cycle time, how long does it take for you to actually process the receipt and the put away once you have goods arriving at the door. So that takes into consideration the receiving time, the quality inspection time, put away, and so forth. So we have a lot of different KPIs against receiving. Then you also have the shipping dashboard that provides KPIs for your kind of your standard outbound metrics. So your order fill rate, and that the order fill rate can be down from a delivery line item level, case level, pounds, that kind of stuff, on time shipment rate. So um, how many of your shipments you're getting out the door at the right time. Your picking rates, your order cycle time rates. So all of those kind of outbound metrics we're reporting on. Same thing with the warehouse manager. It provides more of your higher level analytics. So showing things like on time in full, your cash to cash cycle time, in your kind of your inventory accuracy, turnover, days of supply, inventory to sales ratio, and so forth. Then the warehouse operation applications, those are more of our operational type applications. For example, route monitor and kitting monitor. So in EWM, you have your standard kitting process for both MTO and MTS. So you can, the kitting monitor monitors kind of like what orders are at which kitting stations, and it keeps track of how well they're doing. So if you've got to kit 100 kits, it will keep track of, and it will show you in a very visual way, the rate of kitting, how many more kits you have to get out the door, and so forth. Same thing with replenishment monitor. It gives you a very visual and high level of, if you're using fixed bin replenishment, giving you a very good overview of all of your fixed bins, their current inventory levels, the rate in which product is being moved out, and so forth, like that, to help you better manage your warehouse.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And then the next question is, are these dashboards made on Fury? I think
Yes,
yes.
they are Fury based.
Okay. And then the another question that we have is that can these reports be seen on mobile or iPads?
Yes, they should be able to. Well, I believe so, and that would be something that I would have to consult with our technical
Mhm.
director. But yes, I believe that they're mobile, so anywhere you can run Fury, you can be able to see. But yes, they are. I believe they are designed to run on an iPad, a handheld. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. And then okay. So another question is that coming to robotics and drone integration, any success or anything that you have done at the mindset level?
Ask that question again. The first part.
Okay. So from the company point of view, means mindset's point of view, any robotics or drone integration have you done?
We have not at this point. No, most of our integration, we have not done drone integration. What we have done is a lot of integration to kind of your standard devices, like scales, weigh stations, integration to automated retrieval systems, conveyors, that kind of stuff. Drone technology is the new hot topic, and but the reality is a lot of the warehouses that we've been working with aren't quite there from a technology perspective. They're not quite there in using that technology yet, so we unfortunately have not had the opportunity to do any of that. But we've got lots of experience with integrating into conveyors, automated retrieval systems, weigh scales, integrating into kind of your small parcel applications like FedEx, UPS, Process Weaver, and so forth.
Okay, okay. And then what do you think about MFS? Or did you do it through MFS, or was it through any web services or API? How were they integrated?
Through this, and this is more technical for me, so typically through the standard integrated integration points with EWM. I would have to get back to that I would have to ask our technical team on that, because I don't know the details to that one.
Okay, okay, okay. So we have one more question. I'm not really sure if you will be able to answer, but then okay, I'll shoot. How many customers do you that they are using MFS. Do you think that it is more successful, MFS, as compared to normal integration?
I'm not sure. I would have to get back to you on that one also. Yeah, that part is not necessarily my area of expertise.
No, right. So that was a general question, not
Yep.
specifically, for. Then it was more a generic question, means a consultant to
Yeah.
consultant.
Yeah. No, I think, SAP MFS is kind of um it's the way that SAP wants to move to. So I think that
Mhm.
people are going to move more and more towards that.
Right, right. Okay, okay. And then one final question that we have is, what are the advantages that you think of this application as far as it is compared to the standard reports available?
Again, the standard reports that are available in SAP are more operational, whereas the warehouse wise is more analytical. So if you look at the warehouse monitor or some of the other standard reporting capabilities, it'll show you how many warehouse tasks do I have open, how many open deliveries do I have. Whereas it's not going to show you what's my on-time shipment rate. So how many shipments were late this month versus last month. So warehouse wise is going to provide you a lot more analytical type reporting capabilities that will help you identify any pain points in the warehouse, any areas of improvement. It'll help you. It helps you. You can define target rates, and you can measure how your warehouse is doing against those standard target rates.
Okay. And I think this is the end of the questions. And if anyone has any question, he or she can ask in the comments. Okay, as of now, we don't have any questions. So I think it was a good session. We are ready to close. And then if there are any further questions, Stephanie and Ganesh, I would be sending it across to you, probably in an
Definitely.
email, and then you can
Sure, sure.
reply to that.
Of course.
Okay. Again, thank you very much, Stephanie and Ganesh, for taking out time, and thank you very much, Mindset, for this community session. And then these sessions are done only for the education purpose as to what exactly is going on within this industry, whether it is EWM, TM, or any part of the digital supply chain. So my whole agenda is to keep the consultants, you know, informed about where exactly this industry is going on, so that they can upgrade themselves and then they can make themselves ready for the future. And thank you very much, audience. Thank you very much for coming and taking out time. And Ganesh and Stephanie, thanks again.
Thank you,
Thank
Prabhjot.
you very much, everyone.
Thank
Happy New
you.
Thank you
Year's.
all. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
all.
everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you, Prabhjot.